Time isn't what you think. Some moments in history overlap in ways that feel impossible. Inventions born out of order, empires younger than universities, creatures that refuse to stay in the past. Stick around, because the final fact completely rewrites where Cleopatra stands in human history. Here's a fact that feels completely backwards. The fax machine is older than the telephone. In 1843, Scottish inventor Alexander Bain patented a device that could scan and transmit images over wires, decades before anyone spoke a word down a phone line. Alexander Graham Bell wouldn't patent the telephone until 1876, a full 33 years later. So while we picture faxing as a clunky office relic from the 1980s, its core technology was invented when horse-drawn carriages ruled the streets and the American Wild West was only just beginning. Before airplanes, before light bulbs were common in homes, there was Nintendo. The company we know for Mario and Zelda was founded in 1889 in Kyoto, Japan, not making consoles, but hand-painted playing cards called Hanafuda. That's 14 years before the Wright brothers first left the ground at Kitty Hawk. Nintendo has survived 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and the entire birth of aviation and space travel. The next time you pick up a controller, remember you're holding a piece of a company older than the airplane itself. Imagine inventing a way to preserve food in metal, then having no way to open it. That's exactly what happened. Canned food was patented in 1810 by Peter Durand, and armies quickly relied on it. But the can opener wasn't invented until 1858, nearly 50 years later. For half a century, soldiers and sailors hacked their cans open with knives, bayonets, hammers, even rocks. Some early cans literally instructed users to cut around the top with a chisel. Brilliant preservation, zero convenience. Humanity solved the hard part first and completely forgot the obvious one. You think video calling started with Skype or FaceTime? Germany was doing it in 1936. The world's first public video telephone service launched that year, connecting Berlin and Leipzig over 160 kilometers of cable. Ancient Egyptians and Ice Age giants existed at the very same time, separated only by geography. The Ice Age wasn't nearly as long ago as your history books make it feel. Sharks are so perfectly evolved they've barely changed in eons. But here's the shock. Sharks are older than trees. Sharks first appeared in the oceans around 450 million years ago. The earliest true trees didn't take root on land until roughly 350 to 390 million years ago. That means sharks were already ancient predators before a single forest existed anywhere on the planet. They've survived 5 mass extinctions, outlasting the dinosaurs, and they were cruising the seas when land was little more than bare rock and moss. Sharks are even older than the rings of Saturn. We lump all dinosaurs together, but the timeline between them is staggering. Stegosaurus, with its iconic backplates, lived around 150 million years ago. Tyrannosaurus rex didn't appear until about 66 to 68 million years ago. That's a gap of over 80 million years separating the two. To put it plainly, T-Rex lived closer in time to you, scrolling on your phone right now, than it ever did to Stegosaurus. More time separated those 2 dinosaurs than separates the T-Rex from modern humans. The age of dinosaurs was almost unimaginably long. And the biggest one, Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than to the building of the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid was completed around 2560 BC. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC, about 2,500 years later. The Apollo moon landing happened in 1969, roughly 2,000 years after her. That means the Egyptian queen we imagine standing beside those pyramids was actually closer in time to astronauts, smartphones, and skyscrapers than to the pharaohs who built them. The pyramids were already ancient ruins, thousands of years old, when Cleopatra ever laid eyes on them. If your brain feels a little scrambled, subscribe. We untangle history's strangest overlaps every single week. Now scroll back to Fact 1 and see how many of these actually managed to fool you.